let's just go ahead and get the upside down elephant out of the room and talk about the length of this episode. This episode is 2 hours and 22 minutes long. To reiterate, one episode of a television series is 2 hours and 22 minutes long. And yes, one could argue the TV series have often done lengthy episodes in the past and have just divided them up into multi-parters. But name a 3-part episode of any TV series that needed to be a 3-parter. If you say Star Trek Deep Space Nine's The Circle Trilogy, then I will Cisco punch you in your dumb Q face so fast. Anyways, here are 142 cents for this ridiculous 142-minute episode of a TV show. This isn't fucking Gandhi. It's a TV show.
Katinka feeling better.
Stranger Things is still Katinkering with Katinka 1 episode later. And I didn't like it the first time around, so I really don't like it the second time.
Get your hands off me, potato head.
That's Potatist. Joyce and Hopper are still in the church where Hopper was previously captured, and no Russian guards or soldiers have burst in to find them yet.
Plus, we do have that date to get to.
Finally, a fun Joyce and Hopper moment, a relationship we actually care about on this show. I don't know why they had to wait till the overlong season finale to get to it, though, because knowing I have another 2 hours plus of this nonsense makes me want to skip one of the scenes I've been dying to see all season.
Nobody deviates from the plan, no matter what.
I understand this group has had more dealings with unpredictable supernatural monsters than your average team of suburbanites, but they're still dealing with an unpredictable supernatural monster. So how is this resistance to anything against the plan attitude a safe approach?
Whoa, what does he want us to do, applaud?
Steve didn't stick around waiting. He glanced at them and moved out of the way. What part of that gave Robin the impression he wanted applause? Why his attitude?
Is there any way that I could speak to a manager?
Reducing Jonathan to a Karen. How is that little girl on the billboard not falling off her mother's back? She's not holding on. Her mother's not holding her. How can I even buy into psychokinetic teens when the billboard design is this sloppy? Also, convenient piggyback billboard is convenient.
Hey, dudes. Ask them if we can ride in the baggage compartment.
The baggage compartment.
Dogs ride in there all the time, man.
This is true. And this sin is for making beloved family pets ride in the fucking baggage compartment.
This is Max. When one attacks, he will be in her mind.
Well, I appreciate you, but if the gang doesn't get the piggyback plan based on your words and the fact that they've seen you do these mental gymnastics a dozen times already, these stick figures aren't bridging the gap.
She can carry me to Vecna. I can piggyback.
Roll commercials. I understand not wanting to make noise and alert Vecna, but he's an otherworldly, powerful psychic. Shouldn't he sense them all in his childhood home regardless? Especially Max? Wasting any time of the season finale on the Jason Carver / Satanic Panic storyline. And yes, I understand it hasn't come to any kind of resolution, but I can also guarantee that no one cares.
So the doc's with the girl, and the girl went off to fight some evil in Hawkins.
The girl meaning L.
A question Murray wouldn't have to ask if Hopper hadn't been so committed to playing the pronoun game. Yes, girl is a noun, not a pronoun, but Hopper's pedantic vagueness still deserves a sin.
And if they're alive, that means a gate's open in Hawkins.
That's a bit of a wild assumption, given that the Russians have also been experimenting with gates for years now. They could just as easily have a gate open in another Russian lab.
What is taking so long? I thought you said he was close.
Yeah. Close to sabotaging us, you mean?
If you're so sure Yuri's sabotaging the helicopter, why have they left him out there alone?
We're talking about the particles inside the prison? The prison that we just narrowly escaped from?
Yep, you heard him, folks. Hopper has now escaped prison twice and will return once more. And I, for one, am just super excited we kept Hopper alive so he could play in and out and back in again like my dog.
There is a fine line between courage and stupidity, and this falls very far on the side of stupid.
Murray would be stupidly excellent at TVSins. Also, apparently Hopper skipped the day in sheriff's school when they taught the class not to throw guns.
Oh yeah, this'll do. This'll do just fine.
The 1980s, when we thought a flamethrower was the weapon of all weapons, also known as the Rambo effect. And I don't care that the demo dogs hate fire. You know Hopper's reaction would have been the same if they were fighting a possessed water fountain.
Listen, I would love to feed a fellow surfer boy, but kitchen closed like 5 minutes ago, so no more pies tonight, man.
Then why are you still open? The existence of this surfer boy P's Machina is the final nail in the Argyle exists purely to fix random plot problems and say stoner things during tense moments coffin. And that shit already had 47 more nails than could be reasonably needed. While trying to potentially stop the end of the world, our characters find time to make a pizza.
What do you say, Anderson? Are you ready for the most metal concert in the history of the world?
While trying to potentially stop the end of the world, our characters find time to have the most metal concert in the history of the world.
I don't mean to freak anyone out, but I swear we've seen this tree before.
I'm more freaked out by the idea that Robin is that good at telling trees apart. That feels like a superpower that should have been more explored this season. Way more interesting than Yuri's sexual desire for helicopters.
Like, if we were meeting together the first time right now, part of me thinks that we would have made it.
You guys, awesome news!
The Nancy and Steve might get back together C-plot is finally over? That is awesome news.
I don't know, Jim. I got a bad feeling about this.
I got a bad feeling about this. Cliche. Wouldn't someone on the other end have to be constantly holding down their radio's button for the gunfire to be heard here? Did they die in that position?
Come on, do you want me or not?
Stealing your taunts from Dutch in Predator a year before Predator was even a thing.
Hopefully this blocks out any peripheral light or anything.
Or they could turn the lights in the kitchen off. Wouldn't that be easier?
And it's totally dark, which means it works. But, I just had one more important question. Do I look cool?
Mike asks this question acting like they aren't on a timetable to save their friends and probably the entire world.
What? That's insane. That's blasphemous. Putting fruit on pizza?
Fruit already comes on pizza, Mike. Tomato sauce is from a tomato, which is technically a fruit. So here's 3 cents for an argument that was tired in 2002. They literally put hundreds of pounds of salt in that water, all of which they got from the restaurant storeroom. Either this surfer boy pizza has a serious rat problem, or our takeaway pizzas are being hugely oversalted, which would lead to all kinds of health problems. Oh.
I feel like you used to come to me more for help.
Pretty sure Will stopped because Jonathan didn't help him avoid this bowl cut.
It's gonna be okay.
Making this promise to anyone not firmly embedded in the 100% straight man spectrum in the 80s.
I found them.
It only took till there was an hour and a half left in the season finale to get 11 back in contact with everyone still in Hawkins. And that still leaves Will, Jonathan, Mike, and everyone in Russia out of the picture. Stranger Things took the worst story structure ideas from Lost and somehow made them even more infuriating.
It's not working.
What? What's not working?
Max's plan.
Elle thinks this answer is an answer that helps Will, Mike, Jonathan, and Argyle understand what the f*** she is talking about.
I know you can read my thoughts.
If he can read your thoughts, why would you be under the impression he hasn't figured out your plan to trap him?
So that's why I'm here. But I just want you to take me away.
Thinking that Vecna operates under the same guidelines as Calgon. Something tells me Vecna's world is not a world of lush fragrances and soft, silky waters that caress your body.
I said stay away!
Max is somehow able to hurt Vecna and escape, despite being trapped in his mind space. And because it's early in the episode, by Stranger Things standards, he will now let her run so there can be a chase.
Chrissy, this is for you.
We can't play the song for you, but Master of Puppets is great, and this is a really fun Eddie moment. So glad for the creation of the Eddie character and that we can look forward to lots more awesome jams like this one next season. Right? Right?
Eddie! We got a lockdown. It came on in 30 seconds.
Dustin having this amazing ability to register the exact flying pattern time of upside down bats to the second.
Most metal
Citation needed. Also, it's me. I'm the citation. This entire bat metal, bat bait plan f***ing bat ruled. Expecting me to believe Hopper crawled through miles of tunnel with a flamethrower on his back and didn't once accidentally set himself and everyone around him on fire.
Bush Avenue.
He says they call it the shadow. The shadow went into them.
Into who?
Even in Russian, they're playing the pronoun game on this f***ing show. That door is crawling with hive mind vines. If they know when you step on them, why can't they feel it when you open a door?
You got this.
Yep, time to put in all those hours of practice at tentacle jumping to good use, Robin.
Shouldn't you be playing with dolls or something?
Shouldn't you bag your face?
Kids, Also, series should leave the clever comebacks to Erica.
A memory within a memory?
Scene attempts a memerception, but scene does not contain a Leonardo DiCaprio.
Shut your mouth, I'll break your arm.
The Satanic Panic crew is fighting in the name of justice by threatening to break a small child's arm if she doesn't comply.
You shut off this fence, right?
Yeah.
Good. So you can turn it back on again.
That's a lot of assuming there, Hop. And she kind of got lucky with the fence the first time, making us relive Bob's death. Too soon, Stranger Things. Too soon. No.
I still got a date to make, remember?
I don't know, Hop.
I can't figure out if Joyce is concerned Hop will die, or if his choice of lasagna over veal was the correct one for their date.
They're on the roof.
Thanks, Captain Obvious.
Whistling? That was your plan? Couldn't you have done that, say, at the end of the hall instead of in the same room? Do you want to end up like Bob? Because that's how you end up like Bob. I liked this scene better when it was in The Day After Tomorrow. No, wait. I didn't really like it then either. Conveniently shaped trash can shield is conveniently shaped.
Buy more time.
And we've reached the part of the season where the Duffer Bros kill off the fun new character they've introduced. First it was Bob, then it was Alexi, now Eddie. I love this trend. It's really exciting and doesn't leave me at all bitter.
You thought you could trick me.
It's over an hour into this season finale, but show is finally turning up the horror knob to 11. Take us in back for showing us that Stranger Things can still be f***ing terrifying.
It's time.
Thing I say just before canceling my subscription after every season of White Lotus somehow makes it into the episode.
If Chrissy wanted help, she would have come to me.
Buying a gun and threatening to kill someone just because your girlfriend didn't come for you. Wait.
You are brave. Maxine, much braver than your brother.
Complimenting someone with the lowest bar possible. Deus El Machina. The enchantment under the Vecna theme clearly wasn't the draw the prom committee hoped it would be. Slowly rotating your foe like a rotisserie chicken instead of snapping his neck while he's subdued. Also, much like Elle is leaving Vecna hanging, we've decided to leave you hanging on a TVSins cliffhanger. Because much like Stranger Things episode runtimes, we wanted to make sure you knew we could be just as equally asshole-ish.
It's like eating a fat angel.
Good news, everyone.
Nobody deviates from the plan, no matter what.
So you make plans that fail.
You stay.
Do you even have to ask?
Oh, yeah. This'll do.
That'll do, Pig.
Do you hear me? What are you waiting for, huh? What are you waiting for?
Chrissy, this is from you.
Hello, Cleveland. This pit was designed to trap monsters. We get them in here, we lock it up, we rain fire from above.
The line must be drawn here.
Shouldn't you be playing with dolls or something?
I'm tired of your teeth and all the vermicelli in between.